What's up, guys? The world's a better place because you are here to join us. My name is Matt Brown, and I am the host of the Productive Conversations podcast. It is a Thursday, the 17th of April, 2025. And this is your WrestleMania 41 preview, courtesy of the Productive Conversations podcast. This is what we do every year. We preview WrestleMania, we go through the entire card, make our picks, and talk about how we got here on this, the biggest wrestling event of the year. And before we get into all the fun and talk about WrestleMania, I just want to remind you to like and subscribe to the Productive Conversations podcast on all podcasting platforms and YouTube. And don't forget to check out exclusive content regarding the show across all social media platforms. On Instagram at Productive Conversations Podcast, X and Twitter at ProdCobblePod, TikTok at Productive Conversations, Facebook at Productive Conversations. And as always, I just want to remind you to check out our presenting sponsor, Magic Mind. Are you looking for a boost in your focus, your energy, and productivity, all without the crash of coffee? Well, you got to try Magic Mind. Magic Mind is the world's first productivity shot packed with matcha, nootropics, and adaptogens to help you do more and stress less. Whether you're grinding through work, powering through creative projects, or just trying to stay sharp, Magic Mind has your back. And right now, just for our listeners, you could get an exclusive deal by going to magicmind.com/PCLT20. Again, that's magicmind.com/PCLT20 and use the code PCLT20 at checkout to get 20% off a one-time purchase or up to 40% off a subscription. Start feeling different today with Magic Mind and check out the code in the description below on all podcasting platforms and YouTube. So Ryan and Jose, how are we feeling, guys? We're here. It's WrestleMania. Now, don't make your picks when I ask this, but let me ask you guys once and for all, how do you feel about WrestleMania? We're finally here. WrestleMania 41 on April 19th and April 20th at Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas, Nevada, right where the Raiders play. 60,000 people in the building, and we're going to get one of the best events of the year, if not the best. How are we feeling, guys, about WrestleMania?
Good. I mean, this is definitely there's some really exciting matches that we're obviously going to get into later. So I'm excited for several of the matches that are going to be on both cards. I think have got some pretty cool things going on. So yeah, no, I'm definitely excited for it. I don't know if I'm as excited as I was last year. Last year was more exciting.
Oh no! Oh no! Uh-oh. What's going on?
Uh-oh.
What's going on?
Are we about to get attacked?
Is it a fucking Wyatt family over there?
What's going on?
But yeah, is it the Wyatt Six? Bo Dallas about to be on the screen here?
I was wondering where he's been for the last couple of months.
Yeah, no, he's been missing from SmackDown.
Oh my God! You see that? You see that?
I mean, mostly I see the. I actually can't see that much.
Oh my God!
Maybe that's what taking
Jay's back! Jay's back! Oh my God! Nuts is back! She has returned!
WrestleMania return! Wow!
Allison Nuts is in the building, guys! Oh my goodness! For the first time since September, Allison Nuts has returned from injury. She's back on Productive Conversations. Welcome back, Allison. Great to see you.
Good to see you.
Just so everyone knows, by the way, this is genuinely a surprise. Matt did not tell me or Jose.
Nope.
So the whole lights, the theme song, the entrance theme song, that was all Matt.
Yeah,
surprising us. That was a big WrestleMania surprise, almost as big as when Cody Rhodes returned.
Exactly.
Ago.
You know, I thought if I put a wrestling entrance, that might have give something away, but that's Metallica's From Whom the Bell Tolls. But yeah, look who's back, guys. Alice is back from her injury. Here to do some productive conversations with us throughout the time, and join us for Monday shows. So, or I should say Tuesday shows. So, welcome back, Alice. It's great to see you.
Hello.
What a time. So how are you doing, Allison? What's going on? What's going on? Yeah, we got back in touch a little bit, and now we got Ryan and Jose here at Surprise. And yeah, your first ever Productive Conversations return.
Yeah.
We gotta get a Money in the Bank scheme now. Someone can cash in for an episode.
There you go.
Let's go. But yes, Allison will talk WrestleMania with us, even though she doesn't watch wrestling. But
Okay.
she could still, talk about anything. You could talk about anything in this world. So
Yeah,
just thought it'd be a nice surprise here, the gimmick of a wrestling return, and yeah, here
I
we
like
are.
it. I dig it.
Yeah.
We did think that you were going to be attacked, though. I thought you were doing an injury angle on yourself. You were just going to dip out of the show, make me and Jose do it without you.
If there's anything, maybe that my backlight, hold up, isn't on. So I couldn't do it with the actual light behind me on. So if you
There
noticed,
you go.
yeah,
I didn't
so-
notice. See, if we'd been paying attention, me and Jose would have caught that.
Right.
You see me doing the lights, and there's the lights in the background.
Yeah.
But yes, got the crew back together, and here we are.
Nice, nice.
And a rare Matt Yeet. I'll even share that. This
Oh,
spread the
yeet.
joy.
Wow.
I know.
Speaking of yeet, are we going to start with that? Which one are we starting with?
Well, we're gonna go through the. I did it by the most important matches, all the way to the top to the bottom. So we'll do it that way. And
Okay.
but yeah, WrestleMania, like we said, and WrestleMania is here. We've waited a whole year, and let's talk about what's about to happen, what we think is gonna happen.
Alrighty.
And we'll help, for Allison, we'll show all the straight from the WWE website who is what.
I love that.
All right. So, first things first, we have the WWE Championship on the line. Your main event for night 2 of WrestleMania. It's John Cena versus Cody Rhodes. John Cena has the 17th World Championship reign at the realm for him. If he beats Cody, he will have the most championship reigns of all time in professional wrestling. And Cody wants to prove once and for all and solidify that he is top dog in the building. And Allison, do you know these guys? You gotta at least heard John Cena, I would assume,
I
right?
know those ones, yes.
These guys. So yes, here they're gonna compete Sunday night, April 20th, 4:20 Eastern. And yeah, so Cena and Cody. This is what wound up being the WrestleMania main event. And I don't know. Well, at first,
What do you mean
I
you don't
definitely
know?
well, I would definitely wanted the Cody and the Rock or the Cody and something else, but or Cody and Randy, but we got John Cena back and Cody Rhodes, and we talked about John Cena's big heel turn. So that's also the big wrench in this. But tell me about your thoughts on this match versus how we got here and what's gonna happen. And this is gonna be significant. Do you even expect this to be an all-time great match? I'd like to think it is.
Jose, you start because you're going to say something stupid, and then I can fix it when you're done.
It's gonna be the most stupidest match ever. If anybody expect a 5-star classic, y'all bugging.
I'm going to start it I'm going to start it when Cody comes out. We're going to start at an 11 and work our way up to a 17.
You'd be lucky if you get 2 stars out of that match.
Or Dave Meltzer. What the hell?
It's true.
Stars.
The storyline's trash.
No, it's not.
Like, oh, come on, Ryan. God damn. Leave your Cena fandom at home.
It's not
my dude.
trash. It's not trash.
Oh, is Cena favored, I'm assuming? In that?
He's more than
probably
he's
Yeah.
more than favorite. He's probably 95% sure he's gonna win.
Yes, he's also the bad guy, which is something that he's never done. He turned heel, as Matt mentioned before, at the Elimination Chamber. That I've said on the show already. I'll give Jose this. That didn't make a lick of sense the way they did that. That's fine. I'll give Jose that. It started off shaky, but they've absolutely.
By the way, just to share the official odds, we have John Cena opening at a -200.
Okay.
A little bit of a favorite.
Little
Could go
bit.
either way.
That's.
-200. I mean, it's not -2000, but
I was about to say that's
he's a slight
closer than I
favorite.
thought. Yeah, that's closer than I
Slight
thought it would be. I think to Jose's point, and I mean, I know we didn't want to do predictions first, but yeah, to Jose's point, I do think Cena's probably who most fans are assuming, even if they're not rooting for him. But no, once they got past the whole Rock business, and they did have to get past it because it was stupid, and the Travis Scott of it all was stupid too. But the story is pretty simple. Now, And I think it's a good story. I think it's one that works. I think the guys involved are both obviously super talented, and in terms of obviously wrestling, but also as storytellers, they're going to, I think, when the match starts, they're going to have a lot to say with the way they do the match, with the order of the match, and all of that stuff. I'm very excited for this. I mean, I'll be excited no matter who wins. You know me. I didn't have the shirt today because it's in the wash. I didn't have my Cody Rhodes gear, but I do still have his picture in the back. You can't see it because I blurred my background. But so yeah, obviously, I won't be mad if Cody does win. I'll never be mad if Cody wins. But I do think, unfortunately, for the grandson of a plumber. This is probably gonna go number 17 for John Cena. Uh, Officially cement that greatest of all time. Send Ric Flair, who is, of course, incredibly problematic now in 2025, let's be honest. Just let him retire. He no longer is the what's it called? The standard bearer, so to speak. You can just focus on beating John Cena going forward, if anyone can manage to find a way to do that, which I'm not sure they can.
Ryan, do you actually think this match is going to be real good?
I think that this match is going to be one of the most entertaining on the card.
Oh, Jesus.
Do I think that it's going to have like a lot of flips and stuff? No, John Cena's like 50. He's been Peacemaker for however many
I
years.
get what you're saying. When's the last time John Cena had a good match?
I I'm with you. I get it. I do get it. I understand what I'm saying. Again, he's like 50. He's been making TV shows for a while, and movies and stuff. I get it, but I think that that's not what this is going to end up being about. It's going to be
Bunch of
all right.
shit show. They're going to repeat
No,
last
no,
year's.
no, no, no. God, no. No. I think you watch Shawn Michaels versus Ric Flair at
Are you
WrestleMania.
serious?
I think we're gonna get some. We're gonna get some of that. I think Cody's good enough to get that out of Cena, as Shawn was to get out of Rick back in the early 2000s.
Nah,
God
I,
bless you.
I actually think Cody's winning. I think Cody's gonna win.
Ooh.
I think we will have a Rock interference somehow,
Okay.
some way, in a Travis Scott interference to mess with him, and then we are going to get the greatest glass shatter moment of all time: a returning Stone Cold Steve Austin, who confirmed he will be in Vegas. He will do what he was supposed to do last WrestleMania. We'll have one final face-off between The Rock and Stone Cold, one more stunner between The Rock
Not this
and
year.
Travis Scott, and then Cody will take it to the crossroads to Cena, and he will win. Cena could get that title later in the year, and that's what
Not
makes the most
this.
sense because
Not
there's
this
been so
time.
many times. There have been so many times, Ryan, who's been wrong about Roman's return, who's been wrong about Gunther.
Mm-hmm.
But there's been many
Mm-hmm.
times where we thought, especially when Cena had a reason to lose early in his career as the growing babyface, and he wound up winning. Particularly thinking about 22 or 23's WrestleMania, I think
Yeah,
we're
that
gonna get a
went well.
similar story there. I think we're gonna get a similar story there
Maybe.
and get the babyface win to give the crowd a happy ending. Because that's what we're
Well,
going. Because we
It
don't.
is the last match,
Triple H.
yes.
Triple H has shown he'd rather have a happy ending than the right ending. So it makes the most sense with Cody winning. So that's my prediction. Cody actually wins.
So a
I mean,
lot of that was crazy, but the end, like the last thing you said was not. As the last match of the weekend, that does actually boost Cody's chances because Triple H really doesn't like it when the bad guy wins at the end. So I will say that. That's true. Like that's pretty common recently, the last few years since he took over from his degenerate father-in-law. That yeah. So I'll give you that. He doesn't like it when the bad guy wins at the end.
So is this like real wrestling?
no, it's fake.
Well, I mean, no, it's written down.
Oh, like is
So
it
none of
like
us were in the room.
Professional
fun?
wrestling.
Like it sounds like very like story
It is
built
story. The whole thing.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Story is a big, big part of it. It's a TV show. This is actually kind of fun because we never get to do this on the show. Yeah, this is just a TV show. It's not like
Yeah.
like. I mean, they're obviously very physically fit and talented at what they do, and they have to be fairly athletic to do it. But it's not like this is as if you were scripting a sports show. So imagine, I mean, like the NFL. You know how there's a script and everything. It's like that. I'm kidding
Okay.
about the NFL. But no, it's like that. Yeah, someone knows who's gonna win. It's just none of us, so we're guessing. It's kind of like if you guess who's gonna die at the end of your favorite TV show, like your season finale or whatever. Similar concept, but with multiple matches.
Huh.
Well, is Backlash in France?
I don't know.
Backlash
dude.
is in St. Louis, Missouri.
Oh, Randy Orton.
Oh, from what the advertisement, from what I heard, they already started advertising Cena, Randy Orton for the World Heavyweight title. So I'll go Cena.
Okay. I mean, makes
I think
sense.
I think Cena's gonna win it anyway, or I think Cena's
He can
taking
still
it.
win.
Yeah.
He can win it on Raw. Sure, you know, if we
Listen,
talked about
it
how the
makes
Raw,
listen.
we
It
talk
makes
about the Raw
you
after
okay.
Mania being
Let's get the
irrelevant, that'd be a
cool.
good reason for
Let's
that.
get this way. I'll go with your. Let's go with your story. Let's say Rock comes down, interferes, blah blah blah. We can rock that out. Stone Cold comes in, takes that away,
None of
comes
that's
fights the
happening.
Rock.
Why don't you think so,
Wait,
Ryan?
I thought Travis Scott was like a rapper.
He is,
Yeah,
but he got
he joined
involved
in,
in this
and
for
they
some
said they
reason.
confirmed his return. He's going to be there. They said
Yeah.
he will be there unless they lie to us.
Too?
So that's another reason why I
Yeah,
think the Rock's coming
we
back.
got Travis Scott, we got Bad Bunny, we got Logan Paul now. There's a lot of celebrities getting into wrestling. A couple comedians have been on recently. They didn't do great. What's his name? The big guy, Brett Kreischer, what's his last name?
Bert Kreischer.
Bert Kreischer, there we go. But he was there. No, so the reason it won't be the Stone Cold is only because they literally did that last year. I think
Without Stone Cold. So we'll do it again.
No, yeah, obviously, no, Stone Cold wasn't there, but I mean, like the whole here comes The Rock, he's gonna screw Cody Rhodes. Here comes a different person to help Cody Rhodes. They did that last year. They won't do that this year. They might do it next year. I'll give you that.
Ryan,
But
obviously they're gonna do something. It's some shenanigans is gonna happen. Cena can't wrestle like he used to.
he doesn't need to.
And didn't
What do you mean he doesn't need to?
Rock
You're at
kind
the
of proved
main
his
event.
point, whether
got
you
10
like him or
minutes.
not, about doing the
Main event.
unexpected.
Are you serious, Ryan? 10 minutes?
Yeah.
You
10
think the
minutes.
main event of WrestleMania
Yes.
is 10 fucking minutes?
Could be
Oh,
Big,
come on,
long
Ryan.
entrances.
Oh,
Long
come on.
entrances. You do
Jesus,
10-minute
Ryan.
match.
Ryan,
Then you get to the end.
you got motherfuckers sitting out there for 5-6 hours just for a 10-minute main event.
People bought Coachella tickets on layaway, Jose. Doesn't matter. They went
That's
to see
different.
Yo Gabba Gabba on layaway.
That is different. They're taking
it's
out
not
to
different.
go party with fucking the Kardashians in the crowds.
Also, I will say, so apparently you can pay like $2 trillion. This is obviously an exaggeration, but you pay a bunch of money. You can watch WrestleMania in a booth with Stone Cold, which will make it really hard for him to be in the show if he's watching it with the people who paid $5,000.
That's not true because they didn't guarantee he's gonna be there for the whole fucking show.
Oh.
They just said he's gonna be there for a little bit. You ain't
Say
gonna watch the whole show.
You're paying to watch the show with Bret Hart and Stone Cold. If Stone Cold leaves, that's going to be a lot of people with Twitter
Ryan,
being like, Stone Cold just left the box. I wonder what that's about.
I pay money.
We'll
to
know
go meet a
hours
wrestler.
beforehand. We'll know like an hour beforehand if he's coming out because all of the people who paid money to sit with him will be like, where did Stone Cold Steve Austin go?
Well, that's true. That's why you got Bret Hart.
That's why I'm staying bold.
Bret Hart's the smoke screen.
That's why I'm staying bold on that. I just think it's just better for business to have the good guy win in this case. So.
Well, again,
okay, you're okay. So then the next question I'll ask you, what's next?
We'll figure it out on Monday.
No, because here's the problem. You blew
That's a future problem, Jose.
Yeah, but
exactly.
You blew your load on Cena, so now Cena's weak. If Cena takes the L on the match, Cena's
John
weak.
Cena. You keep talking about Cena being weak. It's John Cena.
John Cena.
Weak.
That's the great thing about wrestling being fake. You can do whatever the hell you want.
That's true, but Allison, all seriousness, this is important. Name be honest. I know we've just given you 2 names, but name the wrestlers before tonight that you've heard of as a non-wrestling fan. I know there's at least a couple.
John Cena person.
I'm sorry?
The Cena person.
Yes, John Cena. Anyone else?
Not really, no.
Okay, thank you, Jose. He's John Cena.
Well,
He's the only one that, like, again, I understand people a little older have other people that they know that broke into the mainstream.
I think you're mistaking 2 things.
In The Rock, you have to know who The Rock is.
Oh, yeah, The Rock. I don't count him as a wrestler.
Being mainstream doesn't make me believe you. believe he can beat anybody. There's a
But it
big
sells
difference.
tickets. So I mean, that's all they need to do.
John Cena does not. They get sell out tickets no matter what. Cena's there or
All
not.
right. He's being crazy. We should move on to the next match.
Last time we
He's losing
checked,
the thread.
hey, can I ask you a question? Is WrestleMania sold out?
Nope.
No.
Thank you. All right,
Actually.
we'll just shut that up. All right, so
What
there we
does
go.
that have to do with anything? There's
Because
two nights.
Cena's
He's not
main-
even on the
Cena-
first one.
Cena main event, and he doesn't sell out WrestleMania. WrestleMania sells out last year.
Night
The
one is
following
not
year.
sold out. Does that mean no one cares about Roman Reigns
Night
anymore?
two's not sell out either.
So that means no one cares about any of them. Everyone's a failure.
My dude,
Jose says
the L.
everyone in the
What
company
do
is a
you
failure
see-
because they didn't sell out both
If
nights
you
of
take that,
WrestleMania.
if John Cena takes the L,
Yeah.
he will look weak and he won't be believable.
Or
Period.
Cody will
That's
look
it.
strong.
Yeah.
Cody's invincible as it is.
Right.
Nobody can
So
beat
is
him.
it? You could argue Cena.
Cena's
That's what I'm
the
saying.
you
When
need Cena.
they're
You need
both
Cena to take
invincible.
over. No,
I mean, Jose, I agree with you.
Okay.
Cena's going to win. I'm just playing devil's advocate here.
devil advocate. If you have Cody wins, all right. What do you do with Cena? Oh, want a rematch? I just saw he been taking L's. Sokoa, Austin Theory, Cody Rhodes. You want me to be believable that he can main event another fucking show? No, it's not happening. Cody Rhodes can take the L, come back and win it, and take his comeback.
I agree.
And he won't take. That's why I said it doesn't make no sense for Cody Rhodes to keep the title. Because if you were going to do
agree.
that, I would have gone just Punk versus Cody.
I agree. But I'm arguing for Matt on this particular
Yeah,
one
well,
just because.
that's why I said Matt. It makes no sense in that one.
I just put the blueprint where it's the simple, the guy's getting revenge for getting kicked in the nuts at Elimination Chamber and rising above hate, the irony of
homie,
the guy in front of him.
Let's
and
be
now
real.
it's Cody's turn.
Who's been winning every week on Raw? Cody's been beating
Cody.
Cena.
For the
There's no
most
Do it
part,
again.
yes.
Okay,
Well,
there's a
pay-per-view
reason-
match doesn't always work either.
That's
But-
true.
Pay-per-view main events. It's not about pay-per-view match. He already got over. He's over last 3 weeks. The point where Cena
Allison.
doesn't come
This
back
is like
for Raw.
Jose's thing, by the way. Like the most passion Jose ever has is when we
Fucking
tell him that when someone
Cena
disagrees with
fans.
him on a wrestling take. Myself,
I'm not
included,
how
fair
can
to
I
me
be?
too.
I'm figured against Cena, so
Yeah,
Cody's gonna win, and I'll stick by that. I'll stick by that.
All right, so we've got
It's
one
better
Cody.
to have. It's better to have two different sides.
Yeah,
anyway,
so we've got a Cody, we've got two Cenas. Allison, you only know who John Cena is. Are you gonna just stick with him, or are you gonna go with the good guy, Cody Rhodes? He's the younger, blonder one.
No, because I don't know. Because that one storyline where you said he loses kind of makes sense.
Which he? They're both he's.
Oh, if John Cena loses and then comes back and like wins later?
All right. So we've got two Cena, two Cody. I think that's it. We're 50-50 tied up.
Remember how sure we were just 2 WrestleManias ago that Cody was winning and he didn't. So
I'm so
why don't
sure
we have
that
the other opposite? Let's do it again with this WrestleMania 41.
Okay, cool. But you better realize that I'm so sure John Cena's win that the person that's with me, that's on my side, thinks Goldberg was coming back. And I still believe in me and Ryan. Go ahead.
Fair enough.
Goldberg is coming back. He's
And
training.
so, just
We've
so
seen
you
the
all
pictures.
know, too, we will have an instant reaction to this WrestleMania after. Once WrestleMania is over, we'll
late
instantly
night
react
instant
to it.
reaction.
So it'll be good from there. Okay, so half and half Cody, half Cena. We'll take it. Now, the other main event, the night 1 main event, where you have Roman Reigns taking on Seth Rollins, taking on CM Punk in a simple triple threat match, but of 3 legends of wrestling. So we got this: Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, CM Punk.
Which one do you know? Oh, which one do you know?
I think the one in the middle.
There you go. Good job.
Everybody
Good job,
knows,
WWE.
Everybody knows the tribal chief.
Yeah.
Which we acknowledge.
Kind of hot.
One's up. We acknowledge.
But yes, in I believe this is his 10th main event, which breaks the record for WrestleMania main events. And yes, so pretty cool stuff here. A storyline that has been around for the last decade. Pretty much, you want to go back to the Shield breaking up in 2014. Now we're in 2015, and
25.
sorry, excuse me. Now we're at 2025. Excuse me, you're right. We're in 2025, where Roman and Seth's beef is at an all-time high, on top of the addition of CM Punk getting his first WrestleMania main event. And the big twist there is CM Punk having the Wiseman, Roman's manager, go on his side, I guess from a promise made almost a decade and a half earlier.
When some, yeah.
And here we go. And here we are. A triple threat match, I guess for respect, but ultimately a lot of drama. But the idea is this is one of the biggest triple threat matches of all time. And it's simple that we just have three legends going at it, mano y mano y mano. But if you want to add more to the context, we'd love to hear it too.
I was going to say, this is just the Shield triple threat they never got to do since Mox is not here. So they went with the most famous AEW person that wasn't stuck in the title scene and made them Mox, which is kind of funny. But also, this might as well be a custody of Paul Heyman ladder match, because it seems to have taken a weird turn to be about who, like, is Paul Heyman going to be friends with? I work for? That
By the
part is
way,
unclear, but
if you just also want to hear the odds for that one really quick,
I do.
we have CM Punk opening as a favorite, minus 300. Roman at plus 200 as an underdog, and Seth Rollins at plus 175 as an underdog.
So if
Oh,
you're
yes.
minus, is that bad?
It means
So-
your favorite.
It's
Why
it's your
if you're
favorite.
minus?
Because
So
you would
just-
make less money if you bet on them.
If you're minus,
Yeah.
let's say if you're minus 200, you have to put $200 to make $100. If you're plus, let's say plus 350, you put $100, you make 350.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, so minus is the person who's most likely to win, and therefore the odds makers
Right.
don't want. I mean, they don't want to pay out on that, so they don't, essentially, right? They don't want to put their money on paying out for the guy who's most likely going to win. I don't think that they're correct in this particular case, but that's where the odds makers are in Vegas, ironically enough. Right?
Well, I mean,
So,
no,
I'll say,
Vegas don't bet.
oh,
You can't bet in Vegas with WWE. Those are at
no, I know you
European
can't
their
bet, but I
website.
mean,
No.
Wait, why
It,
can't
do, it,
they
do- it,
don't.
does,
I
it,
thought
it
Vegas
doesn't
Because
really
changed the
matter.
odds.
But
it's fake wrestling, so
Yeah,
people
doesn't matter.
so
Doesn't matter.
it's not real, so you can't technically legally
Right.
bet wrestling.
Somebody knows the outcome.
Right.
So there's a conflict. Someone could game the system because they know the outcome. They wrote it
Right.
down in the script. But anyway, Matt, can you put them back on screen, the three of them? We're going to start with Allison, since I feel like you don't know them quite as well as John Cena.
I just
Well, I
know the
assume
middle
you've seen your
guy.
Cena movie.
I've seen him.
I know you've seen him, but since you have, I mean, I doubt you've seen any of his work. You probably just physically seen him. So
Movies
you got.
too.
He did
Sorry?
the Rock movie. He did
He was in a singular
Shaw.
movie, I think.
He did the Fast and the Furious
He
movie.
does look like Jason Momoa
Maybe I'm
a little
thinking
bit.
of that.
He was not Aquaman. I will
Oh,
say that. He's
okay.
not
I think
Aquaman.
I'm getting them mixed up then. I don't think I know who this guy is. He looks
right,
so
so-
similar though. So
He does look similar to Momoa.
yeah.
So you've got these three guys here. Again, like Matt
Uh-huh.
said, all
The guy on
legends.
the right looks like not a wrestler.
Which one? I'm sorry, short hair, blonde hair, long
Short
hair.
He looks like
Short
the
hair.
cross-eyed guy. Is he
The
cross-eyed?
cross-eyed guy.
I can't tell in the picture. He looks cross-eyed, like looking like. Oh,
He's smiling.
oh okay.
So who are we thinking? Who you taking here? You've got
Out
these
of
three.
these three,
Yeah.
I'm gonna say the guy on the left.
Seth Rollins. Okay.
Sure. Let's pick
All
him.
right. See, the reason I'm asking, and I'm going to ask every single time, Allison, is because if myself or Jose gets one of them, and so I'm keeping track of who everybody picked.
Oh,
So
okay.
if I have less than you, or specifically if Jose has less than you, we can put this Goldberg thing, and me not getting that Roman's going to show up to bed. Because
I'm usually really good at picking, so I'm gonna say the guy on the left.
and I'll jump in and say that I actually, unrelated to your pick, also think Seth Rollins is going to win this match. It's kind of out of nowhere. I do get that. I don't know that I'm gonna love how they do it. I don't necessarily understand like this is like two different feuds that have somehow been morphed together. Um, and so I'm a little bit like, it'll be a good match. It'll be fun to watch. They're all very, very like talented and they're all very popular, so the fans are gonna love it live, which is always helpful. But I just feel like the Paul Heyman stuff has been emphasized so heavily that the two people who are actually associated with him are either going to be betrayed by him or he's going to become a distraction at ringside, and Seth's going to use that to ultimately win. So I'm going with Seth Rollins.
Yeah, I
There you go. That's
agree.
two
I
for
think
Seth.
I think it's Seth as well.
What are you thinking, Jose?
Seth.
Oh, this is no fun. So we're all gonna end up tied with Alice.
This is the problem with this card. It's mad predictable. I think the host, like, it's mad obvious. Seth's been taking L's left and right, and he needs to get the win.
Dressing like The Rock too. Mm-hmm.
So it just
I
makes
did
sense
notice
that
that, and that's
I
something.
think I think Punk takes the pin. I don't think Roman does.
I mean, I hope so.
Nah,
So
here's my pick. I'm gonna pick CM Punk to win. So
Woo!
I'm gonna go with the bookies on this one. The reason why is, again, if we're going off this idea similar to why Jey Uso is getting a push, where the crowd really is making almost the decisions for Triple H, it seems. So Punk is one of the most over guys, if not the second most over
No,
Cody.
you're right.
So I'm we're gonna get another positive night and have CM Punk win his first ever main event of WrestleMania.
So I'll say this. I'm more confident that Cena wins than Rollins wins. I think for the positivity, like the positivity thing, and plus it's his first time main eventing, whereas Roman and Seth have both main evented multiple times because they've been, I think that there's a really strong chance it's CM Punk. Like
Mm-hmm.
that's not crazy at all. And again, if you think about if you're trying to be like if I was booking the show and I wanted to make fans happy but also tell the right stories, so for Monday when the next show airs, that's a good compromise. The fans on Saturday go home happy seeing their favorite, the one that they all want to win, the guy who finally after all these years got his main event, win it. And
Yep.
then it won't feel so bad when you have everyone's favorite, WWE champion lose through some shenanigans or whatever they're going to do on Sunday. So I will say that. I think that that's a really good shout. I think there's almost no case that I certainly not one that I would want to make where Roman wins.
it's just
He's
'cause
clearly turned the most heel out of
Yeah,
this.
he
Now he's
doesn't
not
really
going to stay
need
that
it.
way. It's going to be Seth who ends up the bad guy out of all this. But I'm saying that in the build up, he's been like kind of a jackass. That's kind of been the role he's been playing. He's been very, laissez-faire about this whole thing. Like this is just another day in the office. So, what about you, Jose? Can you think of a world where Roman wins?
so the reason why I'll take Seth, another reason why, well, Roman's gonna go home after this freaking pay-per-view. And then
Well,
you
yeah,
you have
that's true. He's gonna have
backlash,
time
and then
off.
backlash will happen, and I think that's where you get um you're gonna have a bunch of backlash is usually a bunch of WrestleMania rematches, right? So you're gonna have Seth versus Punk, the rematch, and
Mm,
that is where Punk wins and gets his win back. So
interesting.
ultimately, that's where I'm going, and I think with the whole push, like the push off of Monday night. I think that's also where Paul's going to stick with Punk for a little bit until he wins the world championship.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Cool stuff. Well, I'm Team CM Punk on this one. So excellent, excellent, excellent. So we actually have the next match to discuss. It will be the very first match of this WrestleMania. It was confirmed. And it's going to be the World Heavyweight title, where we
Ye-
have Gunther coming in as champion, taking on the Royal Rumble winner, Jey Uso. This is who we have here. Your odds are at a very, very big favorite. We have Jey
Allison
Uso
is
opening as a
laughing.
minus 600 favorite.
Who?
Gunther. Jey Uso
Jay.
opening
Jey
at
Uso
minus 600. Gunther at plus 350. But
Allison is currently laughing, and it's at Jey Uso for sure.
But yes, depending on who you ask, there are people who are big Jey Uso fans,
Yeet.
probably under 25 years old, and Ryan. No, not under 20 years
I'm
old.
30. Eat.
Exactly. So
What the fuck?
exactly, it is stupid, Allison. But all he does is an entrance, and they just want,
Nope.
and which is stupid because if you want this big entrance, it's going to be light out in Vegas at 7 o'clock,
Doesn't
or
matter.
so it's stupid.
Doesn't matter.
Unfortunately, though, I know in my head there's a good chance Gunther will lose and Jay will win, only to make people like Ryan and the little kids happy.
That's right.
But I'm sticking to my guns and going over the underdog that Gunther wins. It makes the most sense. Good stuff, Jey Uso, for
That's not
all your
making
triumph and stuff. No, let me ask you, Allison, who would win in a fight? This
I
guy
didn't say
or
that.
this guy?
I'd say the guy on the left. The guy on the right looks like a wannabe.
Thank you. Oh my goodness. Exactly why you're on this show.
Royal Rumble
To
winner.
have people, yes, because all they wanted to do. You know, I take back the heat. I take back.
Like he
I
looks
take back
lost.
my heat. Exactly, it is lost, and it's lost that we have this
No, he's not
opportunity.
lost.
But Gunther is a good sport if he's going to have to lose to this, just for
Gunther's a
merch.
professional getting paid millions of dollars. He'll do what the script says. Like
You got a
that's
free
why.
bus.
Exactly. They got a bus in his
Ryan,
freaking
I'm going to get you. Why don't you get your Jey
contract
Uso glasses?
Gunther's not crying poor.
Anyway, we got.
You know what? Maybe I won't buy some
Just one second. Just one. We're back. So we got just to fix some technical difficulties. Ryan, you were saying we have Jey Uso and Gunther, and yes, I mean, not that I'm a hater to Jey. I actually do like Jey. I just don't want to see this title win by him. And
I mean,
and simple as that. Whether I'm the person who is part of the community who doesn't want to see him win, that I'm getting called out by Triple H himself. It's just. It's just whatever's best for business. I disagree is best for business. I still think you get a great story from this match. Again, talking about Rocky 1, where we have our underdog go toe-to-toe with the champion who's clearly much better than him. But again, wrestling is choreographed and predetermined, so you don't have to go by those rules. But ultimately, I just think you make a better
they've
point
also
for Gunther.
done that already.
Well, just 1 second. Just Gunther is a better choice as your great champion if you have a win here. But, you just put Jey Uso in just to have people dance and wear glasses like that. I mean, literally, Allison saw him for the first time and correct
laughed.
me if I'm wrong, you think he looks like a joke. To the normal person, he looks like a joke.
Looks like a wannabe, rapper.
Thank you. So it doesn't matter to Ryan and the little kids. But if they're the ones who make the most noise to
Doesn't
have
matter
this
to a lot of people.
Yes, it does.
No one made any noise. No one made any noise for him to win the Royal Rumble. That's crazy. No one predicted him. I didn't predict him.
Well, you're talking about with him winning, all the people
Now,
who just love to
after he
dance and
won.
jump around. Now it's like, you know what? I like him. I liked him this whole time. But it's just silly. It's nothing against Jey. He already had his main event. He's good. He could do whatever.
Have a main event.
But I just think it's silly to have him somehow beat Gunther, or at least have him win in a cheap way. Like, you could not have a genuine wrestling match, a competition, and Jey somehow beats him.
Cheat.
Yeah, have him cheat.
You're not gonna have him cheat.
You're right, though. Let's be real. You have this guy.
He's a face. They're not gonna have him cheat. They're not gonna have him cheat. He's a face. That's ridiculous.
Then I don't know. Somebody interferes and makes him lose. Gunther can't lose clean to Jey Uso. That's like the Yankees losing to a Triple A.
Same way he lost.
Stop interrupting me. It's like the Yankees losing to a Triple A single A team. I don't think it's a good decision, but
it's scripted, so it's fine.
No, I mean it's fine because there's worse things in the world, but it's not fine. It's silly.
Well, yeah, it's not, Yeah, it's not famine or war or something. I agree. No, I mean obviously the odds makers are Jay. In case it's not clear, I also think Jay's going to win. I think the difference is not just that I think he's going to win, which I think even Matt says it seems pretty likely at this point. But they've already done the Rocky one. That's been Jay's whole
You
thing.
could do
He's been
that.
doing he's by himself. He's not in a tag team. Go ahead. I'm not gonna. Go
No,
ahead.
what were you saying?
I would say they've already done the Rocky one. They've already had the fact that, is he really good enough to be on his own? They've been doing it for over a year. So now this is the moment. You give it to him. He has the big win. Everyone celebrates. Happy times. I don't anticipate him holding it very long because, he's not built to be a long-term champion, but not everybody is. Sometimes you make a match for a moment, and the moment's going to be when the fans, and it's not just the little young fans, it's all most of them, to be honest with you. It's certainly live,
Well,
most of them, uh, get excited for Jay, and that's what they're going to do. It's going to be a great moment. He'll come out on Raw. He'll celebrate with the same fans who will be equally as excited as the fans who watch him win it on the weekend. And then they'll get to the business of getting the title onto somebody else, probably Gunther again, if we're being totally honest. Gunther can be mad because he never did this with Sami Zayn, I will say. He got cocky. That's how he lost last year. And he lost his title last year because he got cocky, right? So now, this year, same problem. Difference is he doesn't just drop it and leave it alone like he did last time because he moved on to bigger and better things. This time he wants to actually, he's so insulted that he lost to a man with yeet on his glasses that he gets back in his face. He goes and he takes the title. That's Gunther winning two of the matches. Jay only winning one. Gunther still wins the feud. He still has more wins overall. Um, but it gives Jay that one moment at the right time for the fans to celebrate. I think everybody wins.
no, not everybody wins, but
Well,
whatever.
no, Gunther
The fan,
specifically
the
loses, correct.
and the good fans don't. But you
Well,
enjoy your
anyway,
moment. I'm still picking Gunther and stick to
that's
my
good.
guns, but it's absolutely silly. But I'm somebody. If you give me the right story, I will gladly stand corrected and say that was good. But just convince me otherwise. I don't think a regular wrestling match makes a lot of sense. You have to give me something to make it believable or fun, at least fun.
That would
And
be
I will
fun
go,
for
and I'll
sure.
go
Anyway,
in every single match. I go in the open mind, but I just think it's
this
it
will be the
happens.
hardest one for you, I think, to go in with an open mind. You,
No,
you, you're,
I
you
can make it work. I make it work. I'm an adult, so I'll go in
runs
open
deep.
mind, and we'll see what happens.
Do you have Jey Uso winning clean?
Me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Hmm. I
Not
have Jey
like
Uso. I have
So not
Jey
like
Uso.
clean, 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 like not, but like I have basically the Sami Zayn ending. Gunther's gonna get cocky, go for a move he really shouldn't have gone for. Jay's gonna capitalize and then win. That's how I see it. I see Gunther being cocky because he thinks he's got this in the bag because it's Jey Uso, being
Right.
why he loses. So I won't call it clean, clean, but I don't have like Ludwig or I don't have anybody coming out and doing crazy
Yeah,
nonsense.
I have the
I don't
opposite.
have it overbooked.
I have Jey Uso, but I do have Jimmy coming involved.
Thank you, Jose.
Could be.
Great prediction.
And Jimmy
But
has to.
again, they're
I
the
mean,
faces, so there would have to be something to
Jimmy's
make
gonna
Jimmy come out.
Jimmy's gonna come in. You guys ass whooped. He's gonna have to come and get his Cummins and help his brother win it.
Then Gunther will have to have done something underhanded. They're not going to have Jimmy just come out.
I think Jay's gonna come. I mean, Jay's gonna get his ass whooped. He's gonna get his ass whooped through the whole fight, and Jimmy comes out.
Thank you, Jose. That's
No, I
something
don't
I
think
can
so.
get down with.
I could
Great
see him
J-
coming
story.
let-
out, but I don't
J- let-
see.
Gunther's winning.
You really think he could beat him?
No, but it doesn't. I mean, first of all, I have no idea who would win an actual fight. My money would be on Gunther because he's much bigger and he appears to be stronger, but and he's also younger. So Gunther seems to have all of the actual tangibles one would need to win the fight if it wasn't scripted. I will give you that. But I'm just saying that I just when you have a good guy, you can't have it be, oh, he was getting beat up, so his brother came out to help. Now, if he does something underhanded, like the ref's not looking or whatever. Like if he unties the turnbuckle, refs tying it back on, and then he hits a low blow, right? Something like that. Just something underhanded by Gunther. Then Jimmy comes out and it becomes a whole thing. That's fine. I
Did
think Jimmy
anything?
coming out makes sense, but
I didn't get to see Monday night. Did anything happen Monday night?
Gunther absolutely roasted him on the
Yeah, but
that was it.
where's Ludwig?
Fuck if I
In it,
know.
I think he
Charlotte's DMs
interfered
apparently.
apparently, but I think why he get
See,
catch a break
Allison,
on them
Ryan
DMs.
thinks this is better than this.
The guy on the right looks like he looks kind of like my ex.
Well, you know what? If your
And
ex was a good dancer
he's a wannabe
and a good
soundboard
wrestler,
rapper.
Oh my god.
yeah, if he was a good dancer and wrestler, he could have been in the main event at WrestleMania. So your ex really missed out on that one.
Oh,
I'm guessing you're gonna go with
rapper
Gunther,
or a
Allison.
dancer. I think Gunther's hot.
Actually, that's not uncommon. I've heard that from
That
multiple
was a
other.
good-looking dude.
I've heard that from multiple other
Yeah,
people when I
but
have them
Ryan
watch.
thinks that Jay's better than him. So
I think he's
we're
winning
all
this match
losing.
for sure. Yeah.
yeah, this is like a putting a Mustang next to a beat up Hyundai.
See, that's where I disagree. He's one of the most popular guys on the show. He's not a beat up Hyundai. This
God
is like
damn
a
it.
Mustang versus a classic Volkswagen Beetle. Yeah, it's a little bit silly. It's a little bit fun, but it's still a classic car. You know what I mean?
For no bullshit.
No,
It's
I
a
don't.
it's a company, god damn it. How many t-shirts does fucking Gunther sell over Jey Uso?
I know exactly the
None.
point. That's what I'm saying.
Exactly. I
Like,
need that money.
Yeah, well, I agree. I mean, that's obviously why it's happening more than anything. But yeah, Jay is very popular. People like Jay, so they're going to make him win.
this
Pretty
is
simple.
comparing Jack Black to Leonardo DiCaprio.
Actually, I like that. Perfect example. Why? They both make great movies. One of them just as fun.
Great movies.
Yeah, great movies. Jack Black.
Jack Black made maybe 3 great movies compared to
3,
Leo's
all of them-
25.
All of them, all of the Kung Fu Pandas. Boom.
Oh my god, that's
Are you serious?
Exactly.
Obviously,
In the words
I'm
of
not
Jose, are you,
serious,
man?
Jose.
Jose's not following with that.
No.
Definitely not.
Tenacious D, School of Rock.
Oh god damn! Come on.
Kung Fu
Tenacious D is
Panda
not a
1.
good movie. I'll
The
give you
hell
School of
no.
Rock.
Tenacious
What that
D.
is.
That's not a good.
I'll give it
It's,
School of Rock.
I'll give you School of Rock, but that's not a good movie.
School of Rock's a great
It's
movie.
it's stupid movie. That's what you watch when
But
you're
School of
drunk or
Rock?
high. No.
Oh.
Tenacious D.
What's
Well,
that
yeah, it's
about?
great.
It's about
they're
a,
in a band.
rock band who meets with the devil out of
They
nowhere.
do. Yeah, they do meet not out of nowhere, but yeah.
Oh, okay.
Anyways, we can
He
move
was in
on.
the Mario movie.
I think we hit everything we need to on this one. So
Ye-
we have our women's championship, WWE Women's Championship, where we have Tiffany Straton taking on Charlotte Flair. So here we go right here with the established veteran. We have the established veteran and the new kid on the block. Money in the Bank winner got her title, and these two are going against each other. We have our odds here. Or actually, believe it or not, we have Charlotte Flair opening as your favorite at very close, -120. And Tiffany Stratton also at a -120. So they're actually even. So they consider that an even bet. So you could go either way. So interesting on this one. How about that? So first, we have Allison first. Between these two ladies, these two ladies, who are you feeling?
I'm gonna say the girl on the left.
All right, we got Tiffany Stratton on this one, the champion to retain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any reason or just vibes?
Just vibe.
Vibes is fine. I'm just curious.
Yeah,
Looks
exactly.
like they got a lot of work done.
This one definitely did.
Charlotte
Ew,
definitely
I'm
has
sorry.
less
That was her
less
first
certain
No,
about
I'm
Tiffany.
laughing. I agree.
Yeah, less certain about Tiffany, but yeah, Charlotte
The girl
has
on
had
the left looks more
several-
natural. That's why I picked her.
yes. No, I would agree with that statement. That's true. Yeah, she's also much younger. That's, I think, probably important to mention in terms of the way they look. One of them, she's like 23 or 25, whatever she is, and Charlotte's older than that.
I was getting on close to 40.
What are you thinking, Matt or Jose? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I said older than that. I was being kind. You're not supposed to tell a
yeah,
woman's age like that, Jose.
Fuck that.
Charlotte
She's almost
Flair
40.
is 39 years old. She just had a birthday last week. 39 years old versus Tiffany Straton is 25. She's about to be 26 in May.
That's what it said. Yep.
Wild.
Yeah, so the difference in the work might just be time, if we're being honest.
But yeah, opening up
know.
as a even between
Yeah.
the two. So interesting place. I
Horrible
give
build to this match, by the way.
They've
not done a good job.
Would you consider, now their infamous off-script promo unprofessional, but at least entertaining, or unprofessional and just dumb?
I thought you were asking if it's unprofessional, and yeah, it was.
Mhm.
I don't know. I mean, it'll probably be remembered, so that's fine, I guess. But no, I wasn't all that entertained by them taking shots at one another, like their personal lives. I didn't think that needed to be that way, especially since it wasn't agreed to beforehand. The fact that they both broke script like that wasn't ideal, but shit happens. They'll get over it. Presumably because they're getting paid to. I went back and forth because Charlotte is my favorite wrestler, or female, I should say. She's up there. She's at 1A to the 1B, which is Edge, not Cope Edge. But I think that it's probably going to be Tiffany.
I agree with you.
It's definitely Tiffany.
Yeah, I think we're all in agreement. That's the first one we've all agreed on. So that's Tiffany. It just doesn't. Charlotte's probably not coming around, especially after the way that she's been pissed off this entire time. They don't like each other. That's probably been made clear backstage as well as on camera, which was a big no-no as we talked about. So they're not going to continue the story between the two. So I think best for business, you put Tiffany over and you send Charlotte to Raw or whatever, or fire Andrade. I don't know, whatever you got to do to get Charlotte to stop being upset, I would say. Because you do want to keep her around. She's an important part of the division, but you just...
Really?
This feud is not
It's time to
working for
go,
her.
Charlotte. Ship has sailed.
Well,
You're
no, not time to
old.
go. She just doesn't need the
She's
champion.
I think it's
definitely not important.
Thank you, Jose.
Well, you don't think she...
Yeet
I
to
mean,
that.
she's still Charlotte. She still matters if you
So?
can beat her.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
No.
No, you can you still got a ton out of Charlotte Flair, even if she's not in the title.
She's
field.
injury prone the last 3 years.
Well, if
Yeah.
she's injured, then you don't worry about it. She goes away.
Yeah,
go away to
go away,
new
bye.
career.
It doesn't make
Start a
it's
podcast.
not.
This is insane.
not
I can't believe
vague.
I'm the only reasonable person on this show.
Reasonable.
Well,
No, nobody needs Charlotte anymore. The fans
picked
are
Tiffany.
genuinely upset.
I'm just saying. It's
I'm
crazy.
just saying too.
The
Nobody
most-
likes Charlotte no more. It's
Oh,
over.
that's okay.
goodbye.
Think of every TV show
Peace.
ever. There's a good guy and a bad guy. Nobody likes
Well,
Charlotte. She's a great bad guy.
I'll give you like Charlotte, like for Fanatics Fest, Charlotte Flair was the last one left to get photos for it. Everybody else sold out but her. That's how much people gave a shit about Charlotte.
You did not just that a bunch of people paid $100 to go see Charlotte take a picture.
No, let's get two things.
Yes,
She
they
wasn't
did.
even 100. She wasn't even $100.
Nobody likes her. She didn't. Nobody wanted to see her.
She's a bad
They'd rather hang out.
guy.
Don't. He just said there's other wrestling bad guys that got pictures.
Jacob
You
Fatu was sold out in less than 10 minutes.
Yeah, you have to accept.
He's
Nobody
bad.
likes your favorite woman wrestler, except
He's
you.
cool though. Jacob's cool. That's the difference.
She's not cool. Charlotte's not cool.
I know. We're
Charlotte's
agreeing
not
on that.
cool. Charlotte's
Kevin
not cool.
Owens got sold out and he had a neck injury.
Who did?
He's a Kevin Owens.
Ah,
People
Seth's
risk
neck injury.
that he might not even show up for his fucking interview for them shits, and they still took the risk and paying.
It's over. It's
I mean,
over.
Honestly, it's over.
Best of
Even-
luck to them. That's
Let's get-
crazy.
Charlotte Flair's over. Like even Bayley is over. Charlotte's over.
Doesn't have a match
Becky
right
Lynch. Nobody's crying for Becky Lynch to come back.
now. Yeah,
That's
exactly.
over.
Yep.
Oh no! I mean,
Peace.
no, I
It's on
the new
agree.
generation.
It's just-
Everybody's waiting.
Hold on. That's fine. Thank you. We've had how many times have we had to see Lita and Trish, and those are the only two who can wrestle. Michelle McCool, we talked about her. How many times have we had to see those people come back and do one more match, one more feud, one more tag team, one more this, one more that? There's absolutely still a place for all four of those horsewomen. Charlotte, Becky, Bayley, Sasha. They're just no longer the face of the comp. Like they're no longer the face. It's people like Tiffany, Bianca, Rhea, Io, and that's fine. I'm good with that. I
Are
don't
you are
disagree with
That's
that.
my
I'm just
women's
saying the
revolution.
are
idea that
you
you don't need, or that the idea that there's no value in those four horsewomen anymore is crazy. Because there is. They're still legendary, frankly, in the women's division.
are
They're
you
the only one
serious?
they brought. Yes, I'm serious. Matt, come on. Even
What?
you have to admit, the four of them
No, I think
were
they're
the
done. I think
I
no,
think
no,
they're
no.
they
done.
told their
Before I'm talking about
stories.
before. I'm talking about before. They were legends
Yeah, they're
because
legends,
of
but
what
it's
they
time to
did.
Yes.
go. It's time
Yeah,
to
so that's all I'm saying.
retire.
Four.
It's
Yeah,
like when I saw
right.
Jeter
Well,
retire
semi-retired.
or anybody
Semi-retired.
like there. Time to go. Your best
No,
days are
Semi-retired.
behind you.
Yes,
no,
right. And
no.
they're semi-retired. They show up for one or two things and then they go back home. That's what Charlotte's gonna do. You know
Charlotte
who's
only
not
We
doing
don't
that
wins.
is
even need
Bayley.
that.
You
What do
realize
you mean?
that
Why she
Charlotte.
need that? 'Cause she likes money, man. Why is she even working? Oh,
No,
she
no,
wants
I
money.
Well, she paid for that divorce because Andrade don't got money like her, so she needs to work.
Yeah, she's gonna have to pay for his lifestyle.
Yeah, he's gonna pay for that.
that is pretty wild.
Let's be real honest. They probably called Charlotte Flair is like, "Hey, I need you to take the L at WrestleMania. We're gonna let you win the Royal Rumble. Just take this L
Maybe,
for
yeah,
homegirl.
yeah,
That's
could
it."
be. That's what I mean. She has utility.
Yeah,
She's a
she's
very,
the
very
guild. She's the
talented
guild.
wrestler with a lot of wins under her belt, and beating her in a good
You
match,
know
which
what?
this will be,
Right.
is 100% going to
I,
help the 25-year-old champion look like a serious
and
contender.
you're right. You know what? She reminds me of. She reminds me of Funaki back in your time. She's the
Funaki, who?
Funaki.
Tiffany?
No, Charlotte Flair.
Funaki's
Funaki.
number one announcer, first of all. But
Yeah,
anyway,
With a person.
it's a
he's a
person. It's a
he's
person,
a
place, and thing. It's like
he's a
Llewellyn.
he's a little Chinese guy that can't fight for crap.
And New Japan, Funaki was
Isn't that
actually really
Japan?
good.
Is it? I'm pretty
He's
sure
Japanese,
Funaki would
yes.
be a Japanese name, but yes.
He is Japanese, but also he was in New Japan and he was quite good in New Japan. It's just Vince McMahon didn't like New Japan wrestlers very much. Um, but no, yeah, I think that she's a little bit better than Funaki. I would put her at least a touch above Funaki on the scale, but sure, she's like Funaki. Charlotte Flair, number one announcer.
Mm-hmm.
How about that? All right. The another women's match that I'm generally interested to see.
Another one. Sorry.
We got
Another
Jade.
shitty story.
We got Jade Cargill and Naomi going at each other.
Oh, I like this one. This one's good.
So I love Jade Cargill and Naomi.
s-
I just wanted to say your favorites for this one. We have Jade Cargill opening at a steep -600 favorite to compared to Naomi's plus
Definitely.
350.
That's not, I believe that.
Team Jade Cargill,
All right.
let's go.
We got green and we got pink. Allison,
I'm gonna
who you
pick
got?
green. Green's my favorite color.
Green is your favorite color.
Naomi, all right. Cool.
Okay. That's good. No,
Fun
so we got
fact,
Naomi. I think you
Allison,
might be the
you're a
only
baseball
one.
fan. Do you know who Brandon Phillips is? You remember him?
No.
Oh,
Played for
okay.
the Reds his whole career.
Yeah, that's his wife, but Allison doesn't remember him.
really?
They actually
Mhm.
own a team, right? Or
No,
some like women's team or something.
Do they?
not
I
that,
don't know.
not that I know of.
I think they own like a women's softball or whatever, the Texas
I mean-
Smoke, something like that.
It is
I
kind of
mean-
crazy. His career ended solid 10 years ago. It feels like, and hers just started.
Yeah.
Interesting how that works.
I mean, it's nice, right? They had all his money and now they have all her money. It kind of worked out pretty good for them, I would say.
Yeah, for sure.
Um,
No doubt, for sure. And, he got a few All-Star games, won Golden Gloves. Had a solid career.
Yeah.
Above average. So that's the story.
No, it's not telling. Anyway.
Of those two. But the story between Jade and Naomi,
Mhm.
what's going on here? What happened? Why are we fighting?
Jade said Naomi took her out to take her spot in a team with Bianca, who we'll talk about later. So that's essentially what started this. It's a revenge thing. Naomi, I think, I'm not honestly, this is horrible, but I don't remember if they've actually confirmed it was Naomi. They've
Yes,
definitely
they
made
did.
it, yeah, about that. They definitely made it seem like it was Naomi pretty
I
hard, and
think she
Naomi
did.
has
Yeah,
not.
she did say
Yeah.
it
So I
was
think,
me
yes, I think Naomi did
with some good
finally
acting. I'll
fess
say
up.
pretty solid acting from Naomi.
I think the feud between them's actually been good.
But Jose does it.
I mean, I've only caught glimpses because I don't watch as much SmackDown, because it's on Friday and busy Fridays most of the time. But I do
Damn, for
what
the
I've seen.
rest
I
of
like.
us who watch it, we're not busy enough.
I guess not, guys. I guess not. I try to watch it the next day. I really do, and sometimes it works and sometimes it does not. But no, I think that it kind of doesn't make sense for Jade to lose. It wouldn't be the end of the world because I think that this match is going to get run back with a stipulation at the next pay-per-view. I think that this is not the only match these two are going to have. They'll probably have three, for being honest. And so it wouldn't be crazy for Jade to lose this, but it's her first solo match at WrestleMania. They put a lot of money into her when she was a free agent, after leaving AEW, and so I think that they want to pay that off
Wait, I'm
with.
sorry. I'm
sorry.
I didn't interrupt. I'll show you after. I don't know if this
Okay.
is. I have to confirm if this is real or not. But
Okay.
keep going.
Yeah, so I'm gonna pick Jade for my pick, but I wouldn't be surprised if that ended up being wrong.
I think we're all picking Jade in this one.
Yeah,
Well,
buddy.
Allison picked Naomi, so
Oh, Naomi. Oh.
Well, if
we
she
have
wins,
three Jade
she'll
winner.
have the
That's
bragging
right.
rights there. So
Problem is, I think me and Jose have picked the same for everything. So either we're both idiots or we're both right, and that doesn't work for me, brother.
Brother, I mean, there's gotta be one. It's gotta be one of the
There's
crappy
gotta be.
matches.
Yeah, one of the ones that neither one of us cares about. We're just gonna
Yeah,
pick the wrong
exactly.
person.
Like the
The Rey
stupid
Mysterio
world.
El Grande
Yeah,
Americano
that
match.
one. That one.
Is Jade a man? Jade looks really man.
Yeah,
no, she's just very
just
she's
very, very,
she's
very fit.
Diesel.
Yeah.
Is this a real? Is this real?
I can't see.
Trinity tweets, the only ass shots I get are from Big Jim, with Jade Cargill responding, just like we know you went to the DR for your ass
Oh yeah, no,
shots.
they have been beefing on Twitter all day today. That one about the DR was actually in response to something that Naomi had said
That's
about, I
wild.
forget what she said something on Jade was fake. Then Jade went with the you go to the DR to get your ass shots. So it would not surprise me if Naomi
BBL.
responded with the only, which is wild. Yeah, Jimmy's actually not going to be able to be a part of
Big Jim. I just know Jimmy called Big Jim for a reason.
That dude
Beast
is so
respond.
that dude is so freaking weird. I don't like that particular account. Was it Beast, right?
Yeah.
He's so Beast is so annoying. Really, truly. My timeline would be better off if I didn't have Beast.
Funny stuff. All right.
IBS.
He's just
Beast is the IBS as well, but no, Beast is some account that it's a clickbaity like engagement farm account that focuses on wrestling content.
All right. Let's go with another women's match. The one I am most excited for, and one that I expect to be a banger, and anything less than it will be disappointing. Even though the stipulations on how we got here is silly and dumb, I still expect a great match. We got, for the women's world title, Rhea Ripley taking on Io Sky, the champion, taking on Bianca Belair. And let us check out the odds really quick. We have your favorite as Bianca Belair just at minus 150. Io Sky is a close underdog at only plus 100, and Rhea Ripley at plus 200. So we have a white person, an Asian person, and a black person all going up against each other. So we got some representation, huh? And we'll see who wins in this match. But in all seriousness, these are three of the best to ever do it. These are three very entertaining wrestlers. Bianca is my personal favorite women's wrestler on the roster, and my pick to win it all and continue her WrestleMania streak that they will likely lean on for the next decade, I would assume. Or I could be wrong, but that's what
NXT
I'm
goes either way.
thinking. So Team Bianca on this one.
What about you, Jose?
Um, this one's gonna be tough, but I'll go Bianca.
Yeah, buddy.
We are
I'm on the wall.
unfortunately on the same side again. I
Yeah,
also
man.
think it's going to be Bianca. That streak is too important. That
Yeah.
streak's just too important to get rid of right now. Again, you can make it quick if you have to, but you got to give her the rest to keep that streak alive.
Who are you picking, Allison?
And Allison,
On the
as Matt put it
girl on the right.
nicely, there's a white woman on the right, the black woman.
Not that that matters, but it's just, it's interesting.
Is that the girl on the right?
No,
Right.
that's just a way to describe. There's three of them.
Yeah, that's the one I picked. The girl
I
on the
believe
right.
that's Bianca.
We have a
Yeah.
Australian taking on a Japanese taking on an American.
Yeah, that one on the right.
Yeah, use those.
Bianca.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, yeah. We're all in agreement. That's a good pick, by the way. That's the most likely pick as well. The odds makers say so as well.
Well, yeah, even though it is close, they say it could go either way, but yeah, the whole streak is probably the deciding factor on this and part of the predictability aspect for, as Jose pointed out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So the person, by the way, just for Allison and anyone else listening who maybe hasn't been aware of this, because I really haven't played it up that much on TV yet. Bianca Belair has not ever lost at WrestleMania. So her losing in a random three-way match would be kind of a letdown. I feel like whoever beats her, they could tell a very compelling bit of TV about someone trying to beat her and so on and so forth. But yeah, so I don't think they're gonna sacrifice that potential arc, that season arc or story arc or whatever now just for fun. I feel like it doesn't really matter. They're all very talented. Just give it to her so you can keep that for later.
Good stuff. Good stuff. All right. The next one, we have the U.S. title, the United States
Titles, yeah.
Championship. We got LA Knight taking on Jacob Fatu for the United States Championship. I'll get that really quick. So your turn to see again, Allison. We have Jacob Fatu taking on LA Knight for the U.S. title. I saw a cool clip of Jacob Fatu being a big LA Knight fan, and now he's going up against him, playing the dream. But Jacob Fatu is your favorite at minus 550 compared to LA Knight's
Well, we know where
plus 325.
We know where Matt's going with this one.
I want to say LA Knights, but it makes more sense for Jacob Fatu to get his first singles title, even though it's dumb. We got to get LA Knight. Well, let me tell you one thing. I'm bugging. I'll tell you one thing right here. You guys specifically talk about box office. You talk about Jey Uso being box office. He might not be the best wrestler. He might not be the best talker. He might just be a, novelty act. But you have LA Knight right there, where you would actually make the fans happy on both in the arena and outside of the arena. So
no, I mean, yeah, he's the fan favorite, yeah, but he's just probably not going to win. I just don't think he's going to win this year. Yeah, I mean,
he should get his world title soon.
I hope so, but I don't think
he better.
Jesus,
he's the Rory McIlroy of WWE.
You need to stop.
Yeah. What do you mean know how to stop? He is a guy who's been busting his ass his whole life, be it getting screwed over on things, in particularly wrestling, and now he can complete a 15-year journey as early 40s man and win his title in the WWE specifically. That's a great story right there.
They'll never win the title.
Yes, he will.
Have you seen the commercials he used to do
for Slim Jim?
So when he was starting out, LA Knight was when he was starting out, he needed money, so he was like a commercial actor. So he would act in like commercials for like products. So like some of them were like things like condoms or whatever, but he had one that was like about stalking, and he played a stalker, and it was pretty funny.
Well,
But
that has to
anyway,
be deleted from the
sorry.
internet.
Yeah, I mean, I like LA Knight. I mean, I don't think he
That's
hides
my
it. I think he's
boy.
pretty. Also from
I thought you said
Maryland, so
you
the
like
LA is kind of fun.
Ellen.
But anyway, I do like LA Knight. I do like Jacob Fatu. It should be a fun match. Won't be very long if I may have to guess. I think that it'll probably be Jacob Fatu. He's just the newer star. They want to probably showcase that new person because LA Knight's been around a little bit. It's an easy way to make Jacob Fatu look like a big deal. And also, I think that him having a title is going to matter for whatever the bloodline does next. Because that's still a thing, as we were reminded last Friday.
Jose, why do you hate LA Knight?
I don't hate Ellen.
Okay, so don't be mad when he gets the
He
championship belt.
he's never winning the championship, but I
Yes,
mean
he
I don't
is.
hate him. It's done.
Well,
He's done. I mean, realistically, they put up when he was at his highest, he was fucking doing Slim Jim commercials every 5 seconds. You notice that has stopped. Now
He's
they
still
have
doing
he's
multiple
still
that.
people
he's
He
still
doing
just
it.
getting
doesn't
those
with
He's
big
still
loud
doing
Jay
still
now.
do
cheers.
it. Yeah, they added someone, a future champion, part of it. Don't you notice that?
That's right.
Did notice that,
That's
and
right.
it's what's known
And
as
I
then
did.
stupid.
okay, and so what else? And then he gets the title back. What has he done with that stupid title since he got it back? Jack shit. You know why they gave him the title? Because they're setting up Jacob Fatu for months to get that title out of him. Because it didn't
That's
make
fine
sense.
by me. It's time for him to go
Okay,
into the championship
he's a
scene.
gatekeeper. Homie's the gatekeeper. He'd be a nice little mid card.
World heavyweight champion.
He's the Scott Hall of fucking this modern day wrestling.
Scott Hall.
Congratulations.
You know what?
Yeah,
How about
Scott Hall
this?
did win
Razor
a world title,
Ramon.
though, didn't he?
We'll give
How
you Kurt
about this?
Hennig.
We got
Huh?
LA
Scott
Knight
never won
beating
a
Jey
world
Uso
title.
for the title. Now that
You didn't win it in WCW?
No.
Really?
Scott Hall?
Yeah.
No.
He was never world heavyweight champion.
Never.
well, it's time
I
for
didn't know
LA
that.
Knight. His name is LA Knight, not
You
Scott
can
Hall.
call LA Nate the future Ted DiBiase, Mr. Perfect. You can choose whoever
He is
any
LA
of
Well,
the
Knight,
Ted
the
three.
next.
DiBiase bought the title, so it
He
actually
is
Yeah, but that
LA
don't
Knight,
fucking
the
count.
next LA Knight. That's what he is, world champion within the next 3 years. Let's
Didn't
get
LA
it.
Knight
So,
win the $1 million belt too?
but yeah, he did actually.
Yeah,
Ted DiBiase gave it to him.
haha.
But just real quick, that is actually kind of funny. But no, in all seriousness, we all picked Jacob Fatu, the three of us.
Yeah.
All right.
I picked the guy on the right.
That was Jacob
That
Fatu.
was also Jacob Fatu. All right, another one. Man, Jose.
We'll get one.
Matt picked some crazy ones early, so we already have differences with Matt. If Matt ends up being
Keep it
totally right,
going.
then we're all the way wrong. Yeah. But I
am gonna
gotta
be
beat
right.
well, about some of them for certain. But
Let's do it. All right, and then we have the Intercontinental Championship, a fatal four-way, four
oh, this will
people
be
all at
different, this
once. Let's have a great discussion here where we have Dominic Mysterio taking on Finn Balor, taking on the champion, Braun Breaker, taking on Penta. So your favorite into this, according to the odds, is actually Dominic Mysterio opening at -250, Penta right behind him at +150, Braun Breaker at +300, and a very deep underdog is Finn Balor at +700. So you guys have legit. I know who I'm
I will
picking.
give you this context. It's hard.
What sick?
Yeah, it's hard to tell from this picture, Allison. But
Purple guy.
Well, we know it's Penta.
good.
Ryan, you're
He's the
freezing
purple
me.
guy.
No, she said
I said purple guy.
it says I can hear you guys, and it says I'm moving.
Yeah, it's the opposite on our side, but first things first. All right, but
Interesting.
we got Allison picking Finn Balor.
Oh, Finn. Whoever said earlier in the year Finn Balor was gonna be
Yeah.
it's gonna be his year is full of shit.
Oh, so
I'm
he's
picking
bad.
Finn Balor too. I'm actually
He's
picking Finn
bad.
Balor winning.
Are you serious, Matt?
Yes, I'm 100% picking Finn Balor winning as a big
Oh.
shot to the community and somebody who at one point really had the most potential out of anyone in the whole industry. And this is a great way to get him back to get some momentum he deserves instead of the disrespect being part of one of the most stupid stables of all time.
Oh God!
And
All right, here we go.
it's time for
Boring
Finn
day.
Balor to get his Intercontinental title back, something back as a single and establish himself and put away from the children and Carlito in the Judgment Day. So Finn Balor
and Carlito.
So Finn Balor, you are going to win the Intercontinental Championship. That is my pick. Now it's Jose and Ryan.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Yeah.
Wait, so
Yes.
Matt and I
Okay.
agreed?
Yeah.
You did, and I will say this, just so you know, Allison, that Finn Balor, my wife finds him incredibly attractive. So I get hard to tell from that picture, but she's got a big crush on Finn Balor. She's a big fan.
I'm not gay and I got a crush on him. He's fucking
Uh,
got though.
he's very ripped. He's very attractive, man. I'm going Penta.
All right.
I'm just I'm
Fatu?
the mask guy. Yeah, he's new. Again, big signing from the rival company, I guess if you wanted to call them that. So you'd like to try and showcase those folks to maybe get some of the other big stars from the other company to consider coming over. But also, I'm just thinking about where everybody goes next. As Jose said, you got to think about Monday night as well when you're trying to make predictions. Braun Breaker's ready to be a world title contender, maybe even the next world champion. With Jey Uso more than likely going to be the heavyweight champion. He's already got beef with Braun from their Intercontinental feud. That makes sense. Move him up, especially if you're not doing Gunther right away. But I think Dom and Finn are probably going to have an actual match. They have not yet. They've not fully, embraced that storyline to destroy the Judgment Day finally once and for all. So I think Penta is the guy who can most easily take that title and continue to work with people like Chad Gable or whoever on the Intercontinental Championship division. So that's why I'm going Penta. And he's
Well,
cool.
well, well. We finally differ.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Stakes on
All right.
this one now.
I'm taking Dominic.
Okay.
The favorite on
Uh,
this one.
well,
Favorite.
here's
Yep.
my logic. So you have a fatal four way.
Hmm.
Braun Breaker's obviously gonna if Jey Uso wins, like we're thinking Braun Breaker is definitely gonna take the title, go after him.
Hmm.
Penta, the reason you put Penta, you want to showcase him, but you don't want him to take the L, so you put him in a four way. You put him in a four way, you can showcase ability and still be he won't take it out if he even doesn't win. And I think you progress the storyline if you notice that Finn Balor is trying
Oh
to
yeah.
get a title. And Dom is always being the one that's always trying to hook him up, not get respected, blamed and shit. Dom takes the title, and you start the feud, and there you go for the title, Finn versus
Could be.
Dom for the
Yeah.
title.
Again, I have a very similar. I just have Dom getting pinned by Penta, Finn getting mad, and
See,
then
I think it's the opposite. I think some fucking hoopla. I think he gets speared, blah blah blah, and then Dominic takes the pin
Well,
on
how
Finn.
does the
steals the pin.
four-way
You're saying.
fight
Still,
work?
First one, so they're all trying to pin one another. The first person to get a pinfall wins, and the person who they pinned is announced the loser. So the other two people don't have to be involved. It's the same as a one-on-one match, but there's four people, so there's multiple combinations of ways that one person can try and win. So in a one-on-one match, you'd have obviously either I beat you or you beat me. But this can be I could beat you, I could beat you, I could beat you, he could beat you. You could beat him, you could beat me. So there's a lot of different permutations, which is what makes it a little bit more interesting because you never, somebody who's really good or, really popular right now that they showcase a lot, like in this case, the current champion, Braun Breaker, he can lose the title without losing the match, essentially. Someone else could beat somebody else and he just loses the title because it wasn't him who got the win first. So that's how the fatal four-way match would work. And again, it's why they have that match because a lot of the people in this match are people that really can't take a loss right now. So instead of not putting them on the show at all, they put them in a match where most of them don't have to lose.
That's right. But yes, so pretty interesting stuff there. But Team Finn, it's time for him to step the fuck
Pop
up.
Finn.
I would genuinely be Bret Hart cynical the way my WWE run wound up, and just talk
What's that?
shit after. I would be
Oh, if you
Bret
were
Hart
Finn.
cynical
Yeah.
because Bro was honestly supposed to be Cody big, and
Yeah, it was the
he
first
got
Universal Champion. He got
he
hurt and
got
it was done.
unnecessarily hurt by a stupid move. I like Seth, but that dangerous move that only took out many wrestlers, he did it to him. Then you put him in this faction that's silly. Never got his momentum back. I'd be pissed. So at least give him this. Give him WrestleMania money. Losing to Edge,
Yeah, it was bad.
like I said,
That was
I would
bad.
be I genuinely feel for Finn, and he, like I said, he should be Cody big. He should be the face, one of the faces of the company, and he's going up against nepo babies and Penta, who's really cool though, and I like Braun though. Just saying. Feel that?
Feel that.
Finn Balor is like the modern day version of fucking Dolph Ziggler.
Yeah, he does
Ooh,
give
that's
Dolph
bad.
vibes. Yeah.
That's bad. Dolph was damn. Now that bummed me out hearing you.
Like he's a fan favorite. He's a fan favorite, but he makes everybody looks good and he takes good bumps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's better for losing.
Dolph has
in
the
a
right
way.
to be pissed too. It should have been me.
Finn Balor's gonna have it. It should have been me promo.
AJ Styles and Logan Paul is your next
That's
match
right.
that we're going to talk about here.
The Logan
Oh,
Paul.
poor AJ Styles. You know, for somebody they were teasing Braun break. The Intercontinental match should be AJ versus Braun, but you know, Triple Vince doesn't like good ideas sometimes. But here we
What
have
are you
here
talking about?
Guy on the
Go.
left.
AJ.
AJ
All right,
Styles?
just Logan. But you just see Logan Paul. Nope. And yes,
I don't
Jose.
like Logan Paul.
Me neither.
I will say he's an asshole, and I hate how he talks,
To do
but
like
he's a very good
YouTube
wrestler.
or something.
He
I'm
what?
sorry?
Didn't he used to do like a YouTube?
Oh
Yeah, he
yeah,
still
yeah.
does.
He still does it.
Logan is opening at a minus 300 favorite. What a disgrace. And AJ as an underdog at plus 200. I guess it should have been Braun and AJ where both wrestlers would win even though someone would lose. But damn. Just damn.
Matt, not Matt,
Guy on
sorry.
the left.
Jose, who do you think?
I'm still picking AJ
Logan.
though.
We got another we disagree again. I think it's gonna be AJ.
The reason
Yay,
why I
good
think
job,
it's
Ryan.
Logan, I think another reason why I think it's Logan because Karrion Cross. I think they're gonna try to bring. The rumor has that Karrion Cross is Triple H wants to do something with Karrion Cross. That's why you notice that they brought back his old entrance
Mm-hmm.
and
He's
stuff
been
like
great.
that.
Karrion Cross has been awesome so far
So
this
I
year.
think Karrion Cross is gonna feud because Logan Paul's a part timer. I think it kind of sets up Karrion Cross versus AJ Styles next, and you
Yeah.
need to set that feud off. And I think you need Logan to win. And it
So
doesn't
explain that last part. Why do you need
well,
Logan to win to start that feud?
because Karrion needs that. Because if Karrion interferes, it doesn't hurt
Yeah.
AJ.
He's not gonna
taking the
interfere.
L.
Karrion Cross is not gonna interfere at
I
WrestleMania.
think I think he will because he's been entwined into the storyline.
So did you see Raw Monday?
I saw that part, and he took an L.
Right. And I think but he wants because he's trying to get AJ to dig deep, right?
Well,
To go
yeah.
bad, to go just let me finish. So that if he comes out at all, I don't think he will. There might be like a crow or something. They'll do some sort of like call to it, but I don't think it'll actually physically be him. It's not going to be to distract AJ Styles. It's going to be to make AJ Styles do something underhanded
Yeah, but
to
you
beat
also
Logan Paul.
you also realize Karrion Cross is the heel that's trying to be
I know.
your friend.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That.
And the
I like that.
And the story is going to be AJ is tempted to be his friend. That's the story. He doesn't want to be, but he's tempted to be. AJ's clearly on his last. And I do believe that next WrestleMania will be AJ Styles' last WrestleMania. He's very close to retiring, and so I think that this could be the year-long story, even of AJ flirting with this, dark side that Karrion Cross is bringing out. Might even get him another couple title matches or whatever. And then they finally have their match at next year. But Logan does not need to win because he's Logan Paul. They will put him wherever they want to put him because he's one of the most viral people on the planet. And that sucks that we all have to live in that planet where Logan Paul can do whatever he wants because he's got 9 trillion followers. But it is unfortunately the
Triple Vince.
reality. Yes, exactly. This is absolutely a triple Vince moment. The big celebrity wants what he wants, and he'll be able to put anywhere they need him to be put. But he's going away after WrestleMania, so I don't think they're going to have him win, especially because beating AJ Styles, I guess maybe if it's a good match, makes Logan look like a better wrestler. But honestly, people hate him so much that he is a good wrestler, and nobody's going to admit it. So I would just give AJ the win. You have a much more interesting dynamic if Karrion Kross takes credit for AJ's win than if you have just I distracted him and he lost. Like he took the L to AJ Styles. It's clear he doesn't mind AJ Styles winning. Have him help AJ Styles win. Have that be the kickoff to the story, not the traditional "you screwed me, I'm gonna get you." That's too simple.
I hope there's a world where they're doing the Logan Paul HBO Max show, which I heard is very low.
All American.
Heard is very low. It's a very low rated show. So there you
That's
go,
good.
Max. Good job, Max. In a very rare Max and HBO L. But this is technically a Max show. Shame on you for giving that family a show. But
I mean, yeah, they were gonna get one
anyways,
regardless, right? So I guess
I
might
would
as well give
love
them.
I would love a world where there's a hot mic leak of him talking shit about Triple H, and then finally he could fire him. Where he's like, yeah, Paul, yeah, bro's on my dick all the time, bro. I could do whatever I want, bro. He dicks riding me like crazy. And then and then that hot mic gets leaked to Twitter, and then he fires him. But
You don't think that wouldn't just become a storyline?
it could be, but
It would be. Triple H would not fire him. He would
could
just
be.
use it as a storyline.
It could be, but no,
Yep.
he wouldn't because he doesn't stick to a schedule that we can trust either.
Yeah, I mean, he'll be back at some point.
Fine. Then we have one where he gets personal. He makes fun of his family. He makes fun of his pacemaker.
Okay, maybe the pacemakers are bridged too far.
But you know what I mean. You know what I mean.
Yes, I do.
I'm
But
just talking shit.
maybe.
Now this one is actually I'm interested to see where this goes.
Okay.
The Sin City street fight.
Ooh, yeah.
We have Damian Priest versus Drew McIntyre. I don't think they didn't upload a picture, WWE.com. Hold up. No, they really didn't. Versus
I believe that.
Drew McIntyre versus Damian Priest in a Sin City street fight, a match that has been a solid 10 months in the making. Ryan, why don't you explain to Allison and the audience real quick about why they're going to have a specific Sin City street fight?
They're having a Sin City street fight because it's in Las Vegas. And so that's the nickname of Las Vegas. That's why the name is there. But the street fight is because the feud is supposed to be very personal. This, I believe, really kicked off at the Royal Rumble, where Damian Priest eliminated Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre got upset about that, and they've been beefing about that ever since. But honestly, I think a lot of this also has to do with how very, very good Damian Priest was in his last street fight, which was against Bad Bunny in Puerto Rico. That's a real sentence, by the way, Alex.
So
Bad Bunny, the rapper. But
and
anyway,
this is right
so I think
here.
that's why.
Oh, sorry, my bad.
Oh, you're good.
So this is the two of them right here. Drew McIntyre, Damian Priest. And by the way, Drew is opening as a huge favorite, -1,000. That's actually the biggest spread in the entire card compared to +500 for Damian.
Which I agree.
Curious, Allison, who do you think the bad guy is?
The guy on the left.
I was just curious. Also, who do you think is going to win since we're there?
I feel like I've heard the name Drew McIntyre before.
Yeah.
Maybe, yeah.
So
Awesome.
I'm going to pick him.
I'm also going to pick
Scottish
him.
Warrior.
Huh?
The Scottish Warrior, they call him.
Yeah, I pick him.
That being said, he's the bad guy, but I am going to pick him. Yeah. I don't know. I just think they get more out of giving him a win. He hasn't had a win in a while. Neither has Damian.
The honest answer, you need to get his win back, kid.
Yeah. He took his title from him.
He took the title last year.
That's true. I mean, that was cash-in, but yeah. No, I think
You
that
got to
it's gonna
return
be
the
Drew.
favor.
It's gonna be Drew. It makes more sense. You're gonna have, again, in my world, on Monday night, you're gonna have a face at the top of the card, a face at the top of the Intercontinental Championship division. Drew can go into either one of those if he would like to.
He's on SmackDown.
Well, such is life. But either way, I do think it'll be Drew.
You put Drew. I mean, oh wait, that's gotta suck. That
Well, right.
position's gotta
And I mean, with the
suck
SmackDown
dick.
info, if they keep everyone on SmackDown, then Priest makes more sense. But I just don't think it's gonna be.
No, because you know what I honestly think. You want to be honest. I think it should be Drew because you're gonna set up fucking Jacob Fatu and Drew McIntyre because you
Why?
already know because Fatu's
Oh
gonna
yeah,
turn
yeah, yeah.
face.
He's got that thing where he wants to kill all the Samoans or whatever. Yeah.
Kill all the
He's gonna-
Samoans.
he's turning face. He's gonna win the title. You can tell Jacob Fatu is gonna feud with Solo real quick, beat Solo, and then you have a SummerSlam match because
I don't know that he's
John
gonna feud
Cena's
with
gonna.
Solo, by the way, but
Oh, it's definitely gonna have to happen because you're gonna have to turn him. You turn him face. You're gonna turn him full-fledged face. He's got to go against Solo, and then John Cena's gonna occupy that fucking title. So he's not gonna. Drew, what do you do with Drew? He's gonna have his hand on his dick. You might
I
get
mean, Cody's occupying that title.
Okay, you need to settle down. But like you're gonna have Cody Cena to the next pay-per-view, so 2-3 months. I mean, you buy you time. You're gonna have a Drew McIntyre, Damian Priest rematch, maybe one or two more times, and then before you know it, Jacob's face, and you got a full-fledged rivalry right there, which
I
everybody
mean, yeah.
will
So
want to see.
I don't think that any of that's gonna happen. But that's a different episode. We could talk about that
You know,
maybe on the
of
reaction
course,
show once we know.
Ryan.
But I
You
am
don't
going with Drew.
care
I
what's
do agree
coming.
that it's Drew.
Oh.
Okay. Absolutely wild. And
So
then
we are all 4 for 4 on Drew.
then we got this silly match, the World Tag Team titles. We have
What's wrong with
the
that?
War Raiders versus the New Day.
Versus New Day.
Ryan, why should I care about this? When is
Should-
versus
it?
two?
What is that?
It's tag team, yeah.
So
Yes,
it's
2
like
versus
the
2.
They're
New
team,
Day
yeah.
is one and War Raiders is one.
Exactly.
Yeah.
New Days on one side.
Where's
War Raiders
Big
on
E?
the
I
other.
thought he was coming back.
He's hurt. He can't come back, bud.
Well, you told me
Broke
he was
his
coming
neck.
back.
I didn't
Well,
tell you that.
I'm about to say, I wouldn't be surprised when I tell you some false information.
I did say that.
Anyways, though, but we got the World Tag Team titles that they put in. This last match will last 5 minutes.
It'll
No,
last
it
long.
lasts
Go to the bathroom.
No, it lasts
They're good
long-
wrestlers.
long-
It'll be a good
yeah, 'cause
match.
bathroom breaks, you got to get your popcorn. That's going to at least take you 10 minutes before you get back to find your fucking seat in that place. So,
They're
a
also
good
very
tag team
good.
match.
Again, they're also they're all very talented. I think that would be unfair to say otherwise. So
Oh,
I do think the
jeez.
match will be good in terms of like in the ring. But yeah,
Who you got?
definitely. Who do I got?
Yes.
I
That's
got
an
New
awesome
Day.
question. I think I picked New Day, but let me check. I did pick New Day. Yeah.
Oh, I agree. We're
The
all
War
taking New
people.
Day. The War Raiders?
You know, I'll take the War Raiders just to be
All right. Let's hear the War Raiders. Let's hear why you think the War Raiders match.
because they got better beards than the New Day.
You know, you
that's
want to know
true.
honestly the real reason why I'm taking New Day for 2 reasons. One, War Raiders had them fucking titles for months and they done dilly squat.
That's true too.
Two,
I take it
fucking
back.
New
I'm going
Day-
with New Day. I'm going
New
with
Day
New Day.
as New Day as heels is over, and they take L's and they barely do anything, and they're more over in that fucking dumb tag team division. So for me, it just makes plenty of
Yeah.
sense.
They
And
don't
they
even
don't
have
usually win.
odds for this. That's how no one cares.
You
Yeah.
do no odds.
They
Go to the
just
bathroom.
don't.
It just says go to the bathroom. It's crazy.
I'm still surprised they put that match at WrestleMania and not fucking. Is the other tag team match not on there?
Liv
It's supposed to be Friday, but I think there's a world where
Ain't
that
that
doesn't
some
happen.
shit? Ain't that some shit? You have
We'll
the
see.
fucking machine guns and the
Oh.
fucking street profits.
I
And
don't.
everybody, and then you talk about everybody talks about how there's not enough black wrestlers on pay-per-views, and you're like Triple H,
Yeah, that's
fuck y'all. They're going to fucking SmackDown. Good luck on that.
Triple H
I
is
mean,
just
the New
what he
Day
did to Booker T
famously
in
blank,
2003,
but-
man.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not here defending Triple H's record on race. I'm just saying you're trying to replace a tag team with you're trying to replace a black team with a different black team. So it's the
Right.
same number of black athletes.
You would think.
You're not adding any black athletes by
Right.
But it's
replacing.
I think it's the idea of just adding them anyways, you know.
Well, yeah, you'd think that they would be on the card as well, not Friday. I agree, but we'll talk about that at the very end very quickly. The Friday thing, but yeah, New Day. They're the bigger
WrestleMania
stars.
SmackDown.
WrestleMania SmackDown. That's right. They're the bigger stars. So New Day.
I'm going
Yeah.
with New Day too because I really want to get a perfect card. So I am sick of the ones I'm picking, but I want that. So then we
You
have
got a
another
perfect
tag
card.
team. As in, I want to hit the parlay. I'm trying to get the sweep. I'm trying to get the
You
sweep.
ain't with your
Yeah.
shitty picks.
Nobody's
You-
with shitty picks. I'm winning.
Cody
Winning.
and Gunther both retaining. I don't know, Matt. That's a tough.
You watch. You watch. I'll give the Gunther one for the sake of it. The Cody one, I'm very confident.
Okay.
So we'll say it down. I'm not gonna touch the money, but I'm gonna be very confident. We have Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez taking on Bayley and Lyra Valkyria.
That's an easy one.
Who's winning that? No odds on this one.
Because it's the easy one. Obviously, it's going to be Liv and fucking Rodriguez.
I agree.
Sure.
Yeah, me too. But
They're
I want
just-
the
Liv
other
is-
team to win.
Liv is so over right now; it's not even funny. So they're
We
not.
would show you a picture, Allison, but honestly, it's not worth it to dig one up.
Oh, well, I'll show a picture. No, she has to
Alright,
make
okay.
a pic. She has to make
Okay.
a pic. I have it right here.
All right, there we are.
So-
Who do you want?
We're gonna say the left.
All right,
Okay.
the Liv and Raquel.
Yep.
Yeah.
By the way, I just realized now this gives away their names if you're wondering. They have their names on top.
Oh, that's what.
I don't know if you were paying attention or not, but
I noticed, yeah. But
All
I also
right.
knew their names.
that's all I have to say about that. Good-
Correct.
good stuff.
I've got nothing else to say about that either.
Last but not least,
That work.
we have Rey Mysterio taking on El Grande Americano, aka Chad Gable, for whoever they think they're fooling.
We don't know that, man.
Oh my god. I
He
don't
kind
know
of
that.
looks like Hulk Hogan. Okay.
But this is Chad Gable. Don't be a child.
The A on the card, it says it's Americano.
Oh my god, this is Mexico stupid.
No, it's not. I disagree wholeheartedly. And here's why. Before you get into it, here's why. Because the Mexicools, when they did that, they thought it was good. Like, they did it seriously. They were being serious when they did that. Anyone who's taking this El Grande Americano, he's named after a fucking Starbucks drink. If you're taking this too seriously, then you need to go outside and, like, touch some grass, listen to a bird sing, maybe feel the touch of your partner. Or find a partner. I don't know what to do. But if you have any serious opinions about El Grande Americano that are not, this is kind of funny, then you're taking all of this too serious. They dress in tights and they hit each other, guys. That's the whole point.
Listen, Chad Gable's another one just because he's 5'3", that he'll never be a big star like that, or Kurt Angle. It's sad, but he is going up against one of the best, so that's a cool moment for him. But I feel for Chad Gable. I like Chad Gable. But we have to pretend we don't know who that is.
That's right. I mean, Chad. I agree with everything you said about Chad Gable. I wish he was on the card. I wish he had made it to WrestleMania this year, because it's the second year missing.
You want to know? You want to know why? When we play fun, when we have non-serious moments, I can play with that. But when somebody's legitimately get disrespected like that. Not that I'm mad. I still do think it's funny, but I just like, man, at the same time. Does that make sense?
I mean, I guess. I don't know. I think this is going to pay off for him, by the way.
Yes.
For Chad?
Yes. Yes. Sorry, I have to drop the pretense because no one likes to have any fun around here. Yes, El Grande Americano is Chad Gable.
I like
think
to have
this is gonna
fun,
fit.
just not for people who are deserving.
I would have went for it and do the fucking name. But when you see Chad's tattoo on Monday and everybody's posting the shit out of it, making it
It's
mad
funny.
obvious, I gave up on it.
That's the point.
Right.
It's not. It's supposed to be obvious. This is like Hulk Hogan as
But
Mr.
no, it
America.
wasn't supposed to. It
obvious.
wasn't. No, the point was they didn't cover his tattoo at
On
all.
purpose. Yes, on
No,
purpose.
I don't know. It's been covered. They edited it out. If you go to W,
No,
you can't
come
find
on,
it.
man. It
That's
is
funny.
Obviously wasn't
on
purpose.
purpose. They're not taking it seriously. Everyone knows. This El Grande Americano is hanging out with Chad Gable's faction.
Ryan,
Like his backup is
I
the
agree.
same people.
agree.
It's not even like they're all wearing masks. It's just he put on a mask. All of the people he hangs with are exactly the same.
This was
He's the
Jose
only
what he was
person.
talking about.
I agree with you, Ryan.
With the two tattoos that
But
are
there's
supposed to
con-
not
but there's
pretend.
Also, it's
continuity
America,
to it.
which is even funnier. But
Right, but
Yeah, they got
but
pissed
and
about Gulf of America.
so why were people mad about that? That made it funnier.
Yeah, exactly, because
He's the bad guy. He's not supposed to be likable. You make him from the Gulf of America. Yeah, he's from
the
the
Gulf of
ocean. He's a
America.
fucking fish. You people. It's a joke. He's
The
the
Gulf
bad
of
guy. He was
America.
doing things to get made heel.
I'm gonna like this guy's post.
Yes,
Whoever
like
did
the
this.
post, man.
Some random Nico extra. Wait a minute.
Wait
Why does
a
El
minute.
Grande have a Chad Gable tattoo?
This is like, and you honestly, man,
Trying
you
to
didn't
pull
like this
it-
at first either. Then you ended up liking it when Elias became what's
Elias
was
was
what did he end up? Was he Elijah? No, that's what he is now.
Ezekiel.
Ezekiel.
That's
and
LA
Kevin
Knight.
Owens was like, "You're just Elias," and everyone else pretended that it wasn't Elias. And he dressed as his brother and as his mother, and that was the funniest bit. I loved that. That was funny.
that was
Kevin
good. I'll
Owens the
give you-
only one who knew.
But
I'll give
that's
you credit there.
I agree with you. It was funny. You want to know? He put some dedication to that character. Chad couldn't even cover his goddamn tattoos.
Oh my god, that's
Is-
the point. That's
No,
the point.
it's not the point.
Yes, it is the point.
We knew it was. We know it's Chad already. We got the
Yes.
point.
Yes,
But cover your
no, I
tattoos,
know that.
goddammit.
But he's pretending because he thinks the luchadors. I mean, honestly, it's a little bit MAGA for being honest. He thinks
Why-
the luchadors.
by the way, why did it-
he doesn't like the
why-
luchadors?
Why did they give Rey Mysterio this match? This is so fucking stupid.
Because they don't respect him.
They wanted to get him on WrestleMania.
You couldn't get. You couldn't get.
It's because they wanted him at
He's
WrestleMania.
fucking 50. This guy's 1 foot out the door to death.
50
Get
years
him
old.
fucking
Oh
get
my
his
god,
fucking
50's not out the door to death.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it
Rey
is pretty
Mysterio
bad.
is 50, not
You
other guy.
got Ray. You got fucking Phoenix. Give it to that motherfucker. Jesus Christ! Let this
Oh,
guy.
I mean, yeah, you could have
retire.
picked a different.
This guy
You could
can't.
pick. Oh,
hasn't
you know what
done
we
it.
haven't done yet? We haven't picked a winner. We've just yelled about Chad Gable.
This is interesting.
Yeah, that is
true. Who's not? Everybody's picking Chad. I would hope.
I'm picking Mysterio.
You're
I'm
fucking.
That's a lot.
I'm picking
Chad?
Chad.
I don't have odds. I don't
There's
have
the
odds
America
on this one. Wait,
and the not
do I?
America. Which
I'm-
side are you on? Yes, Chad Gable. Sorry,
No
is
odds
El
on this
Grande
one either.
Americano.
No odds on this one either.
It's so Chad. If
I'm going El
fucking
Grande
Mysterio,
Americano with the win.
Grande.
And here's why.
That's what
I
was
think
thinking.
again in my world, yes, I think in my world Penta needs. So this whole thing started when Chad Gable lost to Penta, so he's gonna get a win over a legend in luchador, legendary luchador in Rey Mysterio. Then he's going to, as of course a legendary luchador himself, El Grande Americano, challenge Penta for the Intercontinental Championship. He's
Oh,
going to be Penta's
jeez,
first challenger.
no.
He's going to try and get the title from Penta. Penta's the one who made him this, and then obviously he's going to lose, freak out, reveal, oh, it's Chad Gable, and then probably one more match.
you
and
need to
that'll be it.
stop.
But,
Don't do
Why
that.
do I need to stop? That's what they're going to do. So
What
just get over it.
You realize they went from Braun Breaker to fucking Intercontinental matches, and then they go 2 little short guys to fight for it.
Oh, stop. Penta's
You need to
it'll be fine.
stop.
You guys are funny. I enjoyed this, and
You
Randy Orton-
realize you also realize about your pick with Penta. Penta's one botch away from being fucking Callisto or whatever. What's that little Sin Cara?
Sin Cara.
All right.
Even with his little
Let's
walk.
get that right. Don't. Yeah, it was a little stupid. I mean,
You haven't
he's
seen
one.
enough Penta.
I love Penta. I do. But I'm
Clearly
saying
you don't.
for WWE standards, he botched fucking the Royal Rumble. When it comes to important matches, he botches like a motherfucker. He botched the Royal Rumble.
He
You
did
know,
not botch. He just celebrated too much. That's
he
not a botch.
He botched Royal Rumble
He
by
did not.
putting
LA Knight is the one who pissed everybody off in the Rumble.
No, he
what?
botched it. Everybody knows he put 2 feet on the ground.
Oh,
The one thing you
shit.
needed
Everybody
to do,
does that.
no. The one thing you needed to do was just keep 1 foot up, and you couldn't even handle
People
that.
do that. That shit happens. That shit happens.
My God,
Kofi's done that shit too.
I get that, but Kofi, you're not Kofi. Don't expect anything from Kofi nowadays. Penta's the future. That's your Mexican champion.
He's being crazy. It's late. He's being crazy again.
My
He's being
God.
silly again, Matt. It's past
Nah,
Jose's bedtime.
I support Jose on this
Thank
one
you.
because it doesn't. There's not much of an appeal until we get to more Latin. Like we go to more of the Latin places.
He
and
almost
stuff.
botched
Then
Monday
that's when you
night.
make a push.
Like I said, Intercontinental Champion, facing off with El Grande Americano, 2 legendary luchadors. I'm excited.
And what's happening with Randy? He's just not. He's just gonna be there. He's gonna be
Well,
John
so
Cena.
they may announce a match Friday.
There's a betting odds. You see the betting odds on that?
Don't know that they'll announce an
No.
opponent unless
You want me to tell you what are the betting odds?
Yeah, tell me what's. Tell us what's going on.
So the betting odds. So right now they have Aleister Black at -200. You have fucking who's the GM?
Nick Aldis.
Nick Aldis is the favorite. I think he's -600.
Nick Aldis.
They have Nick Aldis. They have and then the one of the other one at -400 is Austin Theories. They're thinking that
he doesn't have a match. Hey,
Austin, they're thinking they're gonna do a fucking segment with Austin Theory and what's his name, and then Randy Orton comes out and and does something.
That's a stupid tag team.
There's also
poor Austin Theory.
And then they were thinking, and then the long shots are like they were thinking like to do the Cody Rhodes thing, like have Randy Orton comes to the ring, fucking start some bullshit, and then out the blue either Rusev comes in and is the new body. They're like talking about maybe he'd be the new bodyguard for what's his name, or Aleister Black comes about. But I can't see neither of those two happening, just because they can't take L's, and you're not going to let Randy take an L because Randy was going to win. Like you need to progress his story. So I can't see Aleister or Rusev. It just doesn't make no logical sense to bring him back and take L's. So if he does,
if it's gonna be a return, if they're gonna do that, like a special return, then it's going to be either Rusev or Aleister Black, and then I think Randy has to lose, like you said. So I doubt they'll do that.
Right.
But I think it'll be Rusev if they do that. By the way.
Oh, I think it's Rusev too.
If they do
Stop. Let's restart. We didn't hear anything you said.
Bigger star.
Can you just give us 1 second?
But I think that there's a world where either Sosaka, who came out.
I think just God's stopping him from talking because he's about to say Goldberg in 2 seconds.
Yes, no, it could be Goldberg.
Oh, you need to stop.
Can you hear me or no?
Yeah,
no,
it's not Goldberg. I'm messing with you, Jose.
I'm about to say.
Messing with you, Jose. It's not Goldberg. But I think it could be Solo Sikoa.
That was the last one. That was the last one. But I can't see Sikoa either. I think
I can't either.
I honestly think if I was a betting man, I'm gonna go with Austin Theory and Wilder and do like Wilder.
I think they'll do. I think they'll have a match. They'll come out either it'll be the first match of the night or they'll announce it maybe even Friday and it'll be Nick Aldis. They'll just do that match.
I can't see Nick. I just can't see that.
He's a very good wrestler. So
no, I'm not saying. I think you would build over time on that one.
I would hope so. Which is
That's
actually why, to answer what I was saying before, I think there's a world since they did lose a match, if they wanted to bring it back, then the tag match between the Profits and the Motor City Machine Guns doesn't get a winner. Maybe Pretty Deadly, the Mellow Miz, and then I would say DIY and maybe even Solo and Tama Tonga like interrupt the match, and
right.
Aldis makes a ladder match with all of them for WrestleMania for the titles. That I could see that replacing the World
Yeah.
match, because it gives them the even cards. They said they wanted to 7-7. Right now they don't have 7-7.
Y-
Um,
You
so
want to you want to know something funny? I think people are worried about I think WWE is not urgent, have no urgency of giving Randy Orton a match because I do think Randy Orton will have something to do with Cody Rhodes and
yeah,
and Cena. That's why Kevin Owens and Orton was supposed to be night one.
yeah, just to kind of lock it off and to get it
Right,
done.
right. Get it
Uh,
done and get people out of sight, out of mind. There, everybody's
yeah.
gonna forget and run. So they're in their minds is like, it's all right, bet, cool, whatever.
Yeah,
We'll just
it's
cancel
in
that.
St. Yeah, it's in St. Louis. Like the
Right.
match is in St. Louis. The next match, the next pay-per-view is in St. Louis. So
Yes,
Randy
Cody
Orton's gonna be
Rhodes
there.
versus Randy Orton for the world title.
Or John
John
Cena versus
Cena.
Randy Orton for the
I
last.
John
think
Cena's gonna
it-
go
whatever.
film the Nutcracker movie.
Right,
or-
no, maybe. I'm not we're not doing that. I'm not
he-
disagreeing. I'm just saying he's the
Yeah,
challenger. Whoever it is,
I'm
he's the
just letting
challenger.
you. Yeah, I'm just letting you know because
Yeah, but
if somebody missing
but
wrestling dates, he does
yeah,
some stupid movies to miss them.
let's get this right. John Cena's just pulling the fucking Roman Reigns schedule.
Yeah.
That's it.
True.
That's why.
That's why you don't need him as champ.
That's why I also think Orton is turning heel. Because you can have Orton versus Cody without the title. You don't need
I
the
mean, I
title for
guess,
that
yeah.
feud. It just makes perfect logical sense to do that.
But then you can't have Orton versus Cena.
Well, you can have Orton. That's the thing.
Do a triple threat, I guess. All
You
three
can
of
do
them.
a triple threat, or you can do where Orton doesn't align with Cena. He did it for his own selfish reasons. He wanted to be the one to take Cena out or whatever. Like it
Mhm.
doesn't necessarily have to have Orton and Cena team together, but you can buy time where they go again, and the winner
Yeah.
of those two can get to Cena, and then you can go continue off your way. I think that the whole storyline with Kevin Owens was supposed to buy them a couple of months, and it's not.
Yeah.
Now that's gone. So what is like
Just gonna go
you
forward,
basically you basically got Randy Orton holding his dick, and he, like
Yeah,
what's
could be.
next?
Yeah, could be. All right. But anyway, we'll
Could
have to
be.
see.
Who the hell knows? But regardless, remember, we will be having an instant reaction to WrestleMania on Sunday night. So check us out. And it will be late, but it'll be worth it. So check us out check us out after WrestleMania. Will be available for you Monday morning. Our instant reaction to WrestleMania 41 should be fun. We'll celebrate who gets the better picks and all of that. But it's great to see Allison back. Great to have you back. It's good to
Yes,
see you.
thanks.
Thank you for
Coming back.
hanging in there too as well. And we liked your picks. Even if you're not a wrestling fan, we appreciate you hanging in there for that. Great job as always, Ryan Jose. All the love. And back with another tweet cap on Friday. So check us out there. Non-wrestling stories.
Wrestling stories. That's right.
All right. Great work, everybody. We'll see you soon. And remember, WrestleMania will be on Peacock on Saturday, April 19th, and Sunday, April 20th at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Check that out on Peacock. All right. Peace out.